Hi there and welcome. If you're new, if you are tagging along on this journey with me, welcome back to Solely Creations. My name is Isenia. Here on my channel, we plan, we get organized, budget, we cash plan, and we cash stuff. If those are things that interest you, I really hope that you follow along for more. Hi there and welcome. Here we are together again, and for today's video we are finally getting into the cash stuffing that I have been counting down the days to get back to. I'm super excited to start up this system again. I was very satisfied with how much I was able to save in the short amount of months that I was first doing this as a test run. So I'm looking forward to what this can look like when I'm doing it long term. I hope everyone is doing well, that you're having a great week. I know I mentioned that the week was going by really quickly for me, and it really hasn't slowed down, but overall it's a good week. I jinxed myself when planning for this week when I said that, you know, there wasn't a lot going on, and then everything sort of just happened all at once. So I mentally prepared myself for a slow week, ended up having a busy week. I guess we just have to plan for all things happening all the time. And then, you know, then you're always prepared for it. So for anyone who, you know, maybe contemplating starting up this system, or if you're curious to see how it could benefit you and your savings goals, I highly recommend it. If you are able to sit down, set a plan, set a budget, and really commit to it, and it doesn't matter the amounts. You can start small, and it'll build and it'll accumulate, and you'll find yourself have saved more than you thought you did, no matter the dollar amount, as long as you stay consistent with it. So yeah, if you're curious and this inspires you to start this system, I hope that it works for you and you're able to save and really get yourself a nice nest egg, because essentially this is what the cash stuffing is for our finances. We have savings, we have, you know, our different things that we have been saving for over the years. This is going to, the goal with this is to build that savings and continue growing it more than what banks are going to give as far as like interest and things like that. It's very difficult these days to find a bank who's in the long run going to give you more than a few $100s in interest. So that is the motivation, or that is what we're hoping for, is to build those emergency funds, to build those month ahead funds, to build more for the girls, you know, when it comes time for them to get things they're really going to need in the future. We don't ever want to have to worry about it. We just want to say, okay, well, this is what we planned for, we've got it, and let's do it. So we're going to get right into it, and we're going to start with counting to make sure that we've got the totals that we asked for. I love these little bags. I got them on Amazon, fairly priced, and then just got some stickers to put on this one because this is the one that I take to and fro to the bank when I'm doing deposits or withdrawals, and I just like it. They're super cute, and they come in different colors: pink, gray, green, and like a green color. But I think there are more. The last time I haven't checked in a while. I'm pretty sure there are more colors in that. Okay, so we've got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 260. So yes, we are good. We got what we need. And we've got plenty of 5s. I always try to put as much as I can into each envelope and really commit to that amount, at least that minimum amount, you know, to help it grow. And again, this isn't a race. There's not a set time that this has to be completed. You know, you don't have to save a certain amount for it to be successful. Really, any amount that you're able to save is going to be good in the long run. So we're going to start with our priority binder, which is our family goals. And for the purpose of saving time, I've already got the budget sheets and trackers done, so that we just have to go through and do the stuffing. And that's the financial goals little charm I found. So I did a huge sticker order here a few weeks ago, and I thought I got all of them when I went over that in my last video, but these showed up on my doorstep randomly. So I guess I lost the shipping for the stickers, and this one was on its own. But they all had their own pack little cards, and I thought they were super cute. And they've got like little quotes on them. This one says, "Roses blooming in the wilderness, deep sea can also have starlight." So what I did was I just cut them down and made some binder cards out of them. Just to add a little bit of decoration for these binders, because they don't have too much. Alright, so I do have an envelope at the beginning of every binder that says "to the bank." And so when I do unstuffings, I transfer the money to this envelope, so I know that this needs to go to the bank when I'm planning for those unstuffings. And then there are different page markers for different sections of the binder, between low priority, high priority, and then like different purposes. So we'll see some of these throughout the binders. Low priority doesn't mean that it's not something that I'm trying to save for. It just means that there are other envelopes that I would prefer to save for. But regardless, everything in each binder, the whole point is to put money in them. So we're going to start with the low priority. And so the low priority in this, because this is the priority binder, are things that, you know, hopefully won't happen, as far as like emergencies, won't happen until the future, or like for vacation, something that we can plan for in a few years. So it's something that we have time to be able to fit to stuff. And then high priority would be for things that would require immediate, like we can pull from them. We would need to pull it, like groceries. That would be an immediate need that we could pull from once we get to like a set amount that we're comfortable with. We'll start pulling from these envelopes. And then everything that you see, pretty much, except for the envelopes and the other binders, because these ones I did make like the budget sheets, the matte vellum envelopes, the trackers. All of the designs are of my own creations, so I'm excited to share those with you. So vacation is going to get 10, and if we have time, if this video is not too long, I think that's why I did the budget sheets and the trackers, then I can show you a few of the other ones that I have that are like in rotation or seasonal, monthly type placeholders, those sort of things. I can show you what I have in the lineup. So vacation has 10, and then that's the tracker for vacation. Emergency also gets 10. These 3 first envelopes are pretty much always going to get the same amount. And that's worked so far. And then that's the emergency tracker. Main savings is also going to get 10. And then that's the main savings tracker. Butterflies, of course. Honey money. And then that is the tracker. Cars. Is gonna get 5. And then that's the cars tracker. Now we're gonna get into the high priority section of the binder. So home is also gonna get 5. And I actually just made this tracker, which is super cute. It's got like little houses with a heart in the middle, and then that's what I fill in when I am able to fill in an icon. And it says our home, and then has like living things, a plantage, table, rug. I thought that was super cute. Pet care is gonna get 5. And then that's the tracker, little paw print and a puppy laying on top of them. Miscellaneous is gonna get 5. So this is the one that we're gonna roll for, the roll the dice challenge. Each pay period. And we rolled a 5 for this one. And so for these, it's gonna be a little sporadic depending on what we roll with the dice. So these will be filled in pretty randomly. And then I did the maximum of 6, so it would be a maximum of $6 per roll that we would put into this one. Groceries is gonna get 15, so 15. And then I always put the larger bill to the front. And then that's the grocery tracker. Little grocery baskets with groceries in them. Alright, so our family couples binder is done. And we're just going to go through and input the balance in each, which is what we stuffed. And so we'll probably use the calculator more in the future to be able to add on top of those. And then next we're going to get into the celebrations. And the celebrations charm is a little feather-like charm. And the binder card says, I want the wind to bloom too, sending you the blooming flowers of spring. These folks knew what they were doing when creating my little decoration. And then this marker says holiday celebrations. And low priority is for the holidays that have already passed. So we're not going to stuff New Year's, but that's the New Year's tracker. Valentine's Day. And then 4th of July. And then we're going to get into the high priority section. And then Halloween is going to get $5. last year we did our first Halloween with the girls, and the first Halloween where they actually were able to participate, they were able to walk around and actually do trick-or-treating, and they both dressed as a witch and a mermaid. They were so cute. I don't know what we're gonna dress them up this year. They're both still on mermaids and witches, so I don't know, maybe we'll find out what they want to be closer to the time. And then that's the Halloween tracker. So these ones were super fun to make because I used a holographic laminating sheet in addition to laminating them. So this one's got like a wave of sparkles, and then it's a gravestone with some bones here down at the bottom. I had a lot of fun making these ones. And these are the plastic envelopes that came with the binders that I ordered from the shop on Etsy. And I guess I put them in too quick when I used the permanent marker and they ended up staining them. I don't mind it, but I'm planning on redoing the envelopes anyway. I'm gonna make them the matte vellum, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, Thanksgiving is gonna get 10. And that's the Thanksgiving tracker. This one is a cup of eggnog and also holographic. Christmas is also gonna get 10. And then this one is a gingerbread cookie cupcake, which I thought was super cute. And then this is the personal celebration section, so birthdays, anniversaries, those types of things are girls. So Laurel and Delilah are each getting 5, so it's gonna be 10 that we're adding. And so they've now got 5, 10, 15. I always try to get the prettier bills to go on top. Ugly money it's always been sort of bothersome, like rips, tears, writing on the bills, those types of things. The banking institutions have a process to destroy what they considered mutilated money, but for rips and tears and writing, they don't really consider those to be mutilated. I think it's just a call for them to get even more damaged. So I always tried to send those in too when we would get them. But not everybody does that. Not everybody thinks that way. So this is the birthday savings. And then the birthday tracker is little cute cupcakes. And then their main savings, they're each gonna get 5. So they now have 5, 10, 15 in their main savings. And then this is one of the envelopes that I made for them. Oop, get that in there. Which sort of inspired my logo. And then I call this one Little Queens, and it's got cute little crown icons. My husband's main savings is gonna get 5. And that's just a little cutesy tracker for him. A little bit of pinks, a little bit of blues. His birthday, he's also gonna get 5. Another envelope that I made with some birthday candles, little birdies. He'll get the same birthday tracker. Next is our anniversary, and then this is where we actually get into the placeholders that I made. So this is the anniversary, and it's the vellum. So it's got that see-through look, so you can still see the money through it, which I thought was super cute. So it's getting 5. And then that's what it looks like with the money behind the placeholder. And then that's our cute little tracker. And then a thing for gift. So that is all we're putting in the celebrations binder. And then we'll update the totals. These pens that I'm using for this portion are Sharpie SGel, and they're 0.7. And they've got different colors, blacks, blues, whites. They write really nice, sort of smooth. Next, we're gonna get into some challenges, just a few. Save where we can. And this charm is a key. And the binder card says, people who have seen flowers bloom will understand the gentleness of the wind. How cute is that? I feel that. It gives me a sort of feeling that I really like. All right, so starting with the low priority section, so the dollar buffer, which is gonna get 3 plus the 1 from the random roll of the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make sure we get the pretty one up front. All of the challenges are gonna have dollar specific goals because each envelope has a specific purpose. So dollar buffer is just like a collection of ones that we can use throughout all of our envelopes. If we need it to make up for something, we need to break, like when we're doing unstuffing and things like that, we need to break higher bills. That was the purpose of the dollar buffer. And then we have, you know, funds that specifically go to our main savings, or month ahead savings, or girl savings. So these are all going to be dollar based. And then that's the tracker, which there are sort of a combination of trackers to kind of make them look so similar as far as like bundling them, which I thought looked super cute. 5s, 10s, and 15s is going to get 5. And then that's exactly what it is. So, you know, try to put as many 5s, as many 10s, as many $15. And then that's how the tracker is broken down too. And then $20, the goal would be to stuff $20 bills. And then that's the tracker. 800s. And then these will be a challenge group. This is where we get into the high priority. Thousands, and so once we get to these dollar amounts, we hit 1,000, we hit 800, I would then unstuff, allocate them to where I want them to go, and then start over. That's the 1,000 challenge, 2,000s, 3,000s. And then we're gonna get into this season, which we're still in summer, which feels like is dragging. And I am excited for fall. I really like fall's placeholder. So that's summer's placeholder, which fits. I really thought that was adorable. Summer is gonna get 5. So then the point would be at the end of summer, whatever is stuffed we'll unstuff and then allocate where we want. And then that's summer's tracker. And then I also have a 52-week to 1,000 challenge in this one as well, just because each envelope or each binder has a different purpose. And then that's the tracker for this one. And that's challenges. And we'll do the totals. Okay, so next we're going to get into the 100 envelope and 52 week, which is where that money really started to add up. The combination of dollar amounts doesn't seem as much when you're doing it, but then when you're counting it, it's amazing. So we're doing 35 and 1 for the 100 envelope. And I just love the way that this looks. When I was trying to come up with the best way that fit for me to do the 100 envelope and 52 week, I wanted it to be like a space saver because I do have a lot of organization bins as is. But also I wanted to make it so that the bills look as pretty as possible. Folding them, crinkling them, just doesn't look attractive to me. So this does a really good job at keeping them in the shape that they're in. I'm gonna go to 35, so 20, 30, and 5. 20, 35. And then 52 week. We're gonna do the first week, which is 1. And then the other nice thing is that these are back to back. So when we go start on this side, we just insert it back to back. And it just was very helpful as far as saving space. Alright, so then we have 36 and 1. And then now we'll get into the personal. And then these are different than the trio that I bought from the shop on Etsy because I wanted to see the difference between the button clasp and the magnetic. I think I do prefer the button, just seems more secure. So the charm for the personal is an owl. And then the binder card. As long as there are flowers to bloom, life will not be accompanied by darkness. And I really thought how convenient each of these cards match with the different types of binders that I have, like the colors and the themes. Like it was meant to be. I'm so glad I kept these. Alright, so we're starting off with the low priority, which is all of our spending. So we're each gonna get $5. So my personal spending, and then that's the tracker. These ones I just got these cute little writing stickers from Amazon, and then just made them to fit the way that I thought looked really cute. This is 2 different stickers. And then the tracker, so I wanted to be able to do, you know, the minimum, but also I found a icon that if I wanted to, I could double up. So I could do 2 5s, or I could double it and do 10, so this one icon could equal 15. And then that was just with the purpose of, you know, building the spending more, or to save having to erase it and starting over. And that's going to be the same for all 4 of us. That's my husband's spending. And then Laurel's spending. That's her placeholder. She's a pink girl. She's definitely a girly girl, which is opposite of me. And then that's what it looks like with the money behind it. And then Delilah's placeholder. And Delilah is my twin. We are similar in a lot of ways, which is a good thing, and, you know, can make it complicated too. And that's how hers looks. And then Beauty and Health, and that's tracker. Coffee, of course, we can never forget coffee. Getting 5. My husband's so funny, he's been asking me, when are you gonna start the envelopes again? Just for coffee, that's all he's worried about. That's the caffeine tracker. He told me, he's like, I need to have an envelope to be able to sneak into to go get coffee. And I was like, no. The whole point of the envelope is to build a pool, and then once we get to a dollar amount, then we start pulling from it. He just wants to come and take it out. That's our dining out tracker. Date night. There's another one that's stained. Take this one out. Which is also holographic. Cute. I mean, if you didn't know that I like pink, I mean, now you know. Which is funny because it's not even my favorite color. Oranges. So this is one of my Peekaboo design envelopes. And this one's for entertainment, which I thought it came out really nice. Like a fair, carnival, going to the opera, going to see a band, different types of entertainment purposes. And then Peekaboo is, I guess it is what it sounds like. You sort of get a peek of the bill, but I did the design with vellum, so you can kind of see the whole bill. And I like the way the piece came out. And then that's the tracker for entertainment. Camping, I love this one. And I can't remember if I've said it. If I have, I know I'm repeating myself, but the way that the darker elements look together when you're layering them, when creating them, looks really nice. This one is one of my favorite designs. It came out really nice. This is quite a few different types of elements to create the sort of scene that I was, had in my head for camping. And then that's the camping tracker. Then we're getting into our high priority section. And this is the holiday spending placeholder. And it's got some Christmas, some Valentine's Day, Halloween, 4th of July, just a few of them on there. And then that's the tracker. And then planner placeholder. So it's got a sort of notebook and then a planner week design that I thought was cute. So this one is getting 5. And then that's the tracker. Self-care, some candles. I love candles. If I could have the house lit with only candles, I would live my best life. But my husband complains because he can't see. And I'm the blind one. This is our business page marker. So getting into the business folders for my day job, and then Sold Me, and then that's the tracker. All right, personal done. And then for our totals, okay. And then finally, we are getting into the long-term binder. And the long-term charm is a butterfly. And the planner card says, raw deserted port, always blooming with flowers. See what I mean? As far as like fitting. So cute. So we start with the low priority. Introduce you to Miss Piggy. That's her placeholder. And she's getting 5. And then that's her tracker. My butterfly envelope. And tracker. Rainy day. And this says find the beauty in a rainy day. And that's that placeholder. These greens look so pretty. That came out really nice. Rainy day is also getting 5. And then that's the rainy day tracker. Our monthly for the month of August. Placeholder. I love how vivid this looks with the different colors. And that one is getting 9. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so the trackers for the monthlies are a little bit different. This is also holographic. It's got sort of like a firework hollow. And then I chose just cute little different icons to put on there in a picture. So there are typically 4 pay periods in a month. We do things bi-weekly, so usually we'll double up, so we'll choose 2 icons and then do that total. Once everything stabilizes and we get in the flow of this, we'll start doing that. For now, we're just going to start off with 1 icon. And then each month is different. It's got its own theme and design, which was fun to create. This is Girls Trip. Placeholder. We created this because we're now far apart from each other. We said that, you know, we wanted to see each other more, so we came up with, okay, we pick a state that we'll go to that's sort of like in the middle of the 3 of us, and then spend a weekend or, you know, long weekend together, get a hotel, find some fun events to go to, you know, a winery, theme park, lake. We really love lake activities. So we're gonna plan and put away money for the next one, which we don't have planned yet. I would like to go to Colorado. I don't think they would protest, but we did Phoenix, Arizona, the last girls trip, and I don't know why, but we chose to go on the hottest weekend of the year, and it was miserable to be outside. Walking just, you know, a few blocks, it felt like we had been walking all day, and at the end of the day we were just so tired. But we did spend some time at the pool together and caught up and talked and cried and laughed. So these things are nice to do. I don't have a lot of girlfriends. Over the years have been able to keep the two that I've known most of my life, and I think that's a super special relationship. Super grateful for them. This tracker actually was different, and I just redid it to sort of simplify it a little bit. There was a lot going on, a lot of different elements. I think I got a little too excited, but I really like this one too. It's cute. Okay, now we get into the high priority section. So subscriptions is going to get 5. These envelopes came with zippers, but they annoyed the heck out of me, so I just took them off, and they work. Next is Texas, which gets 5. That's the Texas placeholder. That blends in really well. I like that. And then the Texas tracker, which has different dollar amounts. The minimum is 10 and goes up to 20. Weekend getaway for me and the hubby. Sort of representation of our happy when we have a weekend to ourselves. And then the tracker. And then we get into electronics, which gets 5. And that's the tracker. Backyard relaxation. That's what we're trying to do with our backyard. Little representation of that, or goal, to have our setup back there and twinkly lights, a fire pit, and it's getting to that time of year where we're going to want to be outside, so we need to get that done. It's also getting 5. And that's the tracker. Get into our low priority section. Family spending. So that's the placeholder. This was created to like help a family that were, you know, no longer near, or, you know, they don't live with us. Anytime they need help with something, we're putting aside money so that we can help them when and if it happens. And their tracker. Month ahead, which is another made envelope design, just to be happy in our living and financial situation. It's also getting 5. That's the inspiration for creating that one. And then that's the tracker. Back to school, which is a peekaboo. And tracker. It's got apples with a blackboard type theme. Bachelorette party. So these are the newer ones that I made. These are just the vellum blank envelopes, and then they've got the placeholder. Bachelorette party. My idea of a bachelorette party would be me and the girls going to a lake and just spending the weekend out at the lake. So that was inspiration for this one. And then the tracker, which is adorable. If you can tell what that is. Little guy dancing. I thought that was funny. Not that I would want to have a stripper, but, you know, when you think of bachelorette parties, it's kind of the first thing that comes to mind. And then the wedding envelope. That's placeholder. Simple, you know, beach wedding. On a good day, that would be nice, you know, no wind, no seagulls and crowded beaches. That would be the ideal wedding. So that one's gonna get 5. And then that's the tracker for wedding. And then honeymoon, which I thought was so cute. Very intimate and loving. And then honeymoon's tracker. Simple. With these 3, when I was making them, I thought, you know, yeah, bachelorette, wedding, honeymoon, perfect trio. But for some reason, I felt like something was always missing. So I sat down, I thought about it, I was like, what is missing for this, like, combination of savings goals? And I found that the thing that was missing was baby savings. So I created this tracker, planning, preparing for a baby if it doesn't happen before you get married. It's always good to be as prepared as you can be as far as financials goes, because babies are expensive. Having a baby, expensive. So I thought that was cute. Little teddy bear and a circular hearts and stars, similar design to the top here, cribs. So I thought that that fit, and now I feel like this combination of trackers is complete. I don't need this for myself. I'm happy with my 2 that I have, and I think that's plenty. You know, me and my husband are not outnumbered. It's not chaotic. It's not, you know, we're not constantly going. We're not, you know, feeling accomplished with one kiddo who's 4 and then having to start over with a newborn. That was a rough period of time. So I'm super grateful that we made it through. Now we just have to prepare for, you know, the troubles and the complications that come with them getting older. But starting over is not in the future for us. So, but I thought that I needed to make that. It was in my brain, and I'm so happy with the way it came out. All right, so long term is done. We don't have any leftover money, so that's good. No mistakes is always good, especially with money. Okay, so now we're just going to calculate the totals, make sure we have what we started with. So 30 plus 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. $260. So between our envelopes and binders, we've got a total of $260 saved this pay period. Awesome. So now what I want to do is kind of give you a look at the different types of placeholders that I have, just to show you how they're gonna look as we rotate them out. So these are the vellum placeholders. Vellum looks really pretty, and I like how, you know, you can see the money behind them when you use them. They are high maintenance though, so they require a lot of love and taking care of, especially if you live in a very humid place. It's very, even like really hot temperatures, they have to, you know, just keep them in a good place where they're cool and dry. Otherwise, there's peeling and warp that can happen, especially with the way that these are cut. So they're laminated and then cut. Some people like to cut and then laminate so that they have a little piece of lamination, which helps prevent damaging. I just like the way that it looks when they're cut after laminating. So I have a monthly task for myself to go through and re-laminate all of the vellum placeholders, which is fine. I mean, it keeps them in pristine condition anyway and gives me some time to spend with them and look at them and remember what they look like. But in my experience, that's what happens with the vellum. So the only downfall, and I have a combination of vellum and just like regular lamination on copy paper. So as far as like the months, that's January, February, March, and they all have different themes, different elements used to sort of build whatever image I had in my brain at the time that makes me think of each month. September, I'm so excited. Just the colors, the orange, the yellows, the greens, the browns. October, spooky season. I love this one. That one was fun to make. November, when things finally start to cool down. December, and this is when I really get in the mood for the holiday season, which is, I mean, Halloween and Thanksgiving come before Christmas, but I just feel season-y during December. So I go all out with decorations. My house looks like a Christmas shop. That's spring, and I've got a couple different placeholder designs. I think I liked the white because it matched, but then I also did a green to sort of make it pop more. Fall. So excited for this one. Winter. This makes me want to go ice fishing. An extra butterfly. This is what they look like, just regular copy, which they're more vibrant. You just lose the see-through effect. And then Texas. So fun. And I like being able to switch out placeholders and switch out designs. It just makes this even more fun, on top of playing with money and saving. And then these were the monthly. January, and these are, I think, all pretty much hollow. They've got a hollow design, a wave of sparkly. Very springy. Little birdhouse. That's just regular, no hollow. Start of summer. Spooky. That one's got a snowflake hollow. And then spring. Fall. This one was time consuming to make because there are a bajillion different types of elements used to make this one, but I like the way it came out and gave me the chance to use all the things that I love about fall. And then winter, cute little penguin. I also did, with envelopes, made a wallet version with a placeholder that can come in and out, which I liked using in my wallet, but it's nice to have them have that, to be able to hole punch and put in the wallet. So I've got those too if I want to trade in and out. And then the placeholders to replace cash. So once we get to that amount that we're happy with saving and we're gonna do the unstuffings, this is what I would put in place of the money. So I've got 3 of each, that's $250, $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So these are the vellum. And then these are just the regular lamination. 250, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And then I also wanted to do some colorful ones for the days that I'm feeling colorful. So that's 250, 500, 1,000. And I just made multiples in case like they get damaged or, you know, I fold one and it breaks somehow. 2,000. I just wanted to have extras. 3,000. And also with the whole paper saver in me, you can fit 3 to each sheet. So 3,000, 4,000. That saves as far as materials and things like that. And 5,000. So yeah. Placeholder goals. Alright. So this was fun. I really enjoyed doing this. Anytime I can play with the money and spend quality time with my cash envelopes just brings me closer to my savings goals and feeling comfy with our finances. So this is something that I will keep doing, and we'll see how this ends or continues depending on, you know, our situations change. Sometimes you just can't save, and it is what it is. But when you do get the opportunity to save, you know, it's important that you do it and keep in mind those things that you want to do in the future, those things that are inevitably going to come, things that we got to plan for, buying our first cars, our first homes, retirement, wanting to travel. If you want to travel the world, you need money to do it. So I feel relaxed and happy. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw. Anything you want to talk about, the comments are always open. And if you'd like to continue on this journey with me, I really hope you consider subscribing. Until next time, guys.